right balance of food and torture that promises to transform you from a 97-pound weakling into an Arnold Schwarzenegger. But
steroids are taken 8 or 9, 10 weeks before a competition. It's not a healthy thing to do, but it's being used.
Did you take them?
I take them. I took them, yeah, up until the competition, 8 or 9 weeks before a competition, and it was something that everybody had to do in order to get an equal chance to, to compete.
What are you seeking when you take steroids?
Well, what the effect it should have is that it makes you gain more weight, and that you get more muscularity, and you get it works a little bit also on your mind. It lifts you up a little bit, and you have more energy to train. And some pain in your muscles and aching, that's what makes actually the muscle then grow. If you can't go through this pain barrier, forget it. One of the most common questions I also get is, did we take steroids? Because now, of course, drugs is such a big issue in sports, and the answer is yes. It was just in the beginning stage, because bodybuilders in those days just experimented with it, but it was not illegal. It was like, we talked about it very openly. I mean, anyone that was asked, he says, you take steroids? He says, yeah, I take 3 Dianabol a day, or someone else would say, I would take this, and that. It was not an illegal thing. Now, after it became a big problem, then our federation said, okay, bodybuilders ought not to take steroids, and there will be testing done. Surprise testing done. You could be called at any given time, and within 2 days you have to do a test, so you can't get rid of the whole thing out of your system or anything like that. So that's what's going on right now. The bodybuilders are tested continuously. People still ask me, for instance, is it true? And they're still trying to find out. Is it in fact true that a pump is better than coming? Because that's what I said in a movie. And the reality, of course, is no, it has nothing to do with one and the other. It feels great to be a champion. It feels great to train. It feels great to pump up and all those things. But how can you compare one with the other? It's two different things. You better get both, the pump and the coming. But I mean, the reality is I made up a lot of this stuff because I felt like that's the way you get attention. You have to, I believe that the more sensationalistic that you are, and the more outrageous things that you say, the more you get quoted, the more you get in the papers, and the more the sport of bodybuilding will benefit, because the more stories we will get about the sport of bodybuilding. So that's what it really was all about. We couldn't have made this movie about Arnold Schwarzenegger, about my life or something like that, about my bodybuilding or my drive to win or all this stuff. That would have been boring, and it wouldn't have done well. What made this movie successful is because we had so many bodybuilders in the movie that were very colorful. I mean, Lou Ferrigno had a specific part in this movie, and it worked so well. People loved this character. Ed Corney, Franco Columbo, Ken Waller, Mike Katz, Serge Nubret. There were endless amount of guys that really brought the color and the dimensions to the film, and it made the relationships very interesting. Relationships that were, shown in the movie. A lot of it was true, and some of it was created and made up. But the reality of it is the movie has a lot of real stuff in there. The real competition, real training, real agony, real defeat, all of those kind of things it has in there.
One and only Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Many people come up to me and say how they were inspired by Pumping Iron. First I heard it about the book, then even 10 times more when the movie came out. They were inspired to train, it changed their lives. They tell you the most unbelievable stories of what impact it had, how it created in them the will to succeed in life and to do something with themselves, if it is in bodybuilding or in other sports or in business. It is amazing the impact the movie had. So I hope that this movie, when people watch this DVD, has the same impact on them as it had on many hundreds of thousands or maybe millions of people around the world, which is they walk away and get inspired and jump into the weight room and lift the weights to find out if it's really true what I said. Is a pump better than coming? It's not, trust me.